Well, hello, my fellow broke aristocrats. A long time no see. I've been over at my fun channel, The Oracle of Whimsy, if you want to check that out. So I have not been able to post on Broke Aristocrats for a while, but I'm making breakfast. And I just wanted to show these tips to people who are struggling to feed their families during the pandemic. Here is a fun recipe. This is vegetarian. You could do a vegan version of it, but this one does have eggs and milk. You can play with this version, but I'm going to show you a traditional vegetarian pottage. So let's turn the camera around and I'm going to show you what breakfast is. So this is basically what we're making for breakfast. It's pretty simple. You can get most if not all of the ingredients at the 99-cent store. It's just water, a little bit of salt, and some oatmeal. Now, you want to go ahead and I've turned this off, so it should stop boiling pretty soon. But anyway, you want when you're making a pottage to add a lot of water because you're going to be slow cooking this and it will probably cook down. But what I like to do is you start with just oats, salt, and water, and then you're going to add whatever you've got. If you're doing an account and a reckoning trying to determine what you've got in your pantry, like I've done, just go through and see what you have in your pantry and then you can add it to your pottage. Now this pottage, I've added one egg. One of the reasons why you can put an egg inside of a pottage or 2 eggs inside of a pottage is to increase the protein. This is going to come in handy, particularly if you're struggling financially, you're trying to feed your family, you don't know what to do, and it's time for breakfast. So basically what you've done is you bought yourself 99 cents worth of oats at the 99-cent store. Sometimes they sell eggs for $1 or $2. If you've got some cinnamon in the house, and now you're going to mix them together to create a thick pottage that is also a complete protein. Now, when you're going through your pantry and you want to make sure you're not wasting anything, use everything up in your pantry. That means if you have any old nuts and seeds, those can go inside of a pottage. Sunflower seeds, pumpkin seeds, anything like that. You just want to start going through, do an account and a reckoning of everything. Then go into your freezer, put that in the pottage. Look at all the fun stuff we can throw in. So I found walnuts, I found flax seeds, I found some chia seeds. Do not waste food. Do not waste food. A pottage or a stew is a great way to use up what you already have. I also had frozen berries and some frozen bananas that I needed to use up. Guess where the bananas and the frozen berries went? Into the pottage. If you're someone who's harvesting berries in the summer with your children, store them, freeze them, and use them in the pottage. That's free food that can be used. The banana was going bad. I put half of that in the pottage. You can see the other half is sitting there. Maybe I'll do something with it for my lunch, or maybe I'll freeze it. There are the eggs, right? We added some eggs to the pottage. We had some walnuts over there. But again, just go through any leftovers, anything you think will be tasty. Apples, used apples can also be helpful. You know, if you bit an apple, you don't want to finish it, you throw it in the freezer, chop up the apple with cinnamon, raisins, nuts, seeds, anything like that. Just really go through your pantry. That's going to really help. All right, I'm going to shut this off and show you what it looks like. All right, my fellow sensitive people, there you have it, a traditional, not so traditional pottage. How I made it was I made a traditional oatmeal, with water and salt, and just added some oatmeal. I wanted to get a more watery oatmeal so that I could slow cook it. To that, I added 1 egg, raw egg, to increase the protein. If you're a vegan, you can go ahead and instead at this point add 1 tablespoon of protein powder. You can get cheap protein powders at Target, but also Kroger's sometimes has a cheap, affordable protein powder. Then to the pottage, I basically did an account and a reckoning of my pantry, freezer, refrigerator to see what I had that needed to get used up. So I had a little bit of an apple chopped up, threw it in, some cinnamon, a couple of frozen bananas that needed to get used up. When I went into the pantry, I found some nuts and seeds that would have gone bad if I hadn't done something with them. So guess where they wound up? In the pottage. So that's slow cooked for about 10 minutes, and then turned it off and let it sit and thicken. There's some frozen berries in there also. Great if you are collecting berries in the summertime. Make sure and save those. They turn out great in the pottage. I had some milk and butter, and I added that. Of course, you don't have to do that, but spoil myself a little bit. All right, there you go. I hope I helped my fellow broke aristocrats that are struggling to feed their families. Like I said, this is a complete protein, and everything in it can be purchased at the 99-cent store. Be well and stay strong. Bye-bye.